Greetings from the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of absurd weather. And that's the best word that I know of when it comes to defining and pinning down and absolutely getting an idea of what a derecho is. I do know one thing. That word has been bandied about extensively in the past few weeks. It's a brand new word. It seems like people like to use it a lot, but they don't necessarily know how to define a derecho. And I don't either, to tell you the truth. I do know a couple of things about it, about a derecho. Number one, it has high winds. Number two, it can occur at any time of the day or night. Number three, it usually has torrential rains. Number four, it comprises a complex of showers or thunder showers that moves for a considerable distance, each individual shower and thunder shower blowing up and then collapsing, blowing up and then collapsing, much the same way as they do in a rain band in a tropical storm or hurricane. And that is why derechos are sometimes referred to as inland hurricanes or land hurricanes. They occur usually in the summer, usually later in the summer. Now, I don't know specifically if I've ever experienced one, and I don't know exactly what the criterion is as far as wind speed goes. It seems like as time goes by, the criterion gets lower and lower and lower. But I'll tell you one thing. When you talk about a hurricane, you're talking about something with a specific definition as to wind speed. And that is a storm with a circular pattern. It occurs or originates in the tropics. It has a sustained wind of at least 74 miles an hour. Now, I don't believe that those kinds of winds occur very often in the mainland in the form of a derecho or any other form of thunderstorm. Wind gusts in any thunderstorm or hurricane generally exceed the sustained wind by about 30 miles an hour. So you could say that, just vaguely and generally, a hurricane has wind gusts of over 104 miles an hour. Now, those kinds of wind gusts occur once in a while on the mainland, but they usually seem to occur in a Dakota or Wyoming or Colorado blizzard in the winter. I actually remember a measured wind gust of 120 miles an hour right here in the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of abominable moving air. I've heard of wind gusts up to 130 miles an hour in Wyoming. But in a derecho that they call a derecho these days, you rarely see such a thing, although it can happen. And as for sustained wind, even Hurricane Wilma, as it crossed South Florida on the eastern half of the state, did not technically achieve hurricane force. So you're setting the bar very high when you talk about a hurricane. But it's kind of a loose definition, and it's getting looser and looser and looser. So I'm going to leave comments open And I'm going to ask you specifically if you know a good definition for one. Meanwhile, I think you know when you're in a bad storm. And that's really what a derecho is when it's on top of you. Nothing else much matters, except you hope your house doesn't get destroyed or damaged. You hope that it's not a tornado. And if you're in a mobile home, it's certifiable proof that you're legally insane. Stan Gibilisco, signing off. Until next time, so long.